Happy festive December!
Good morning everyone, happy 1st of December. So I thought I'd try and film a bit of Vlogmas this month. So I'm not going to be doing it where I'm uploading a video every single day because I think that would be really hard work and it's just a bit of a chore to do the editing and uploading it every day. So I think what I'm going to try and do is sort of film over a 5-day period and then upload like a weekly style video just so you can see what I get up to during the week. I mean, it's not going to be overly exciting with the lockdown situation being put in place kicking off tomorrow. So restrictions are quite high where we are. I mean, actually quite a lot of the UK are going to be in tier 3. So yeah, it's not going to be, you know, all party, but I thought I'd just take you along on my journey of December and just see what I get up to. Hope you find it interesting. So I've just taken the boys down to school. So I just filmed a little bit of that walk because it was a gorgeous sunrise this morning. And as I was halfway down the road, realised, oh, I feel a bit light. And I'd actually forgotten their book bags and with all their school stuff in and their drinks bottles. So I had to walk back up the hill, get in the car and take it back down to them. So I've just dropped it off at their reception at school. So I've just driven back home. So what I'm going to do now is take my big coat off and I'm going to be getting into my running gear and I'm going to go out for a short run. So I'm planning throughout the month of December to get out every single day and go for a run because I think my exercise has really been lacking recently. Just sort of lost my motivation a little bit. So I'm going to try throughout the month of December to go every single day and just do a bit of mileage and also go for walks and stuff. So I'm going to go out for a short walk this morning, short run this morning. So I'm hoping to do about 4 miles a day. So I'm going to try and do a little bit more today, make it a bit more of an interesting run for you. So I'm going to take you along and I'm actually going to be running through Bradgate Park, which is just on my doorstep. It's an absolutely beautiful park. So hopefully you'll get to see a bit of the wildlife in there. So I shall catch you a little bit later. So I've just had a quick pit stop so I can show you that this is Cropston Reservoir and that's Bradgate Park over there where I'm running to. Absolutely beautiful day, look at that. Not a cloud in the sky really. Yeah, really clear today. So I shall see you in a moment. So we're actually in the park now, some deer over there. So lovely here. Really lucky to have this on my doorstep. So I'm just running the path which goes from one car park to the other. It's about, I think the path is actually about just under 2 miles in total one way and then you can run the other way, but I'm running a circuit back to my house so it's like a loop. Oh, the lovely deer. Oh, it's lovely. We've got gorgeous views. Panoramic, is that the word? No. What's the word? Panoramic. Right, so I'm back from my run. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me and looking at the views of Bradgate Park. Such a beautiful park to have on my doorstep. I know I keep saying that, but I'm really lucky to be able to come and go as I please, really. Not usually a morning runner, so I did find it quite challenging in the fresh weather, but it was absolutely beautiful. So I did 6 miles in total, so I'm really pleased with that. So I'm going to have a quick shower now and then my mum will be coming round later this afternoon to have a quick walk with me before I pick up the boys from school. So I shall see you shortly. So I'm fresh out of the shower and I'm just prepping my lunch right now, but I thought whilst I'm waiting for that to cook, I've got a fish cake in the oven. I'll show you actually what I'm having. It's this melt in the middle salmon, smoked cod and haddock fillet. fish cake with West Country cheese centre. They're really, really nice, really, really nice. They only take 20 minutes to cook in the oven, and I just have it with a plate full of salad, and the cheese just kind of melts all over it, and I really like that. So I'm just making some flapjacks whilst I'm waiting for that to cook, so I thought I'd share the recipe with you. So this is my flapjack recipe. It was actually my nan's recipe, and I've always used it, and it works out perfectly. So you just need 8 ounces of porridge oats, just basic, you know, porridge oats, 4 ounces of flour, and I use self-raising flour, and then some soft brown sugar, 6 ounces of that, and you mix all the dry ingredients together. I've also added in some sultanas as well, and then to help bind it all together, you need to weigh out 4 ounces of margarine. So I have just been using this, perfect for cakes, sort of baking spread, and then you just need to add 2 tablespoons of golden syrup to that, and then you pop it on the hob and melt it all together. So I shall show you over here. I have put it in my pan, so that is ready to melt, and then my dry ingredients are just over here, so you can see they're all mixed up with the sultanas in, and my boys absolutely love these. And there is my salad waiting for the fish cake to be put on the top in the centre. And I was actually just catching up with Rachel from Stitched Up on her Stitched Up Weekly. So there it is, look, all oozing its cheese out of the centre. Really going to enjoy that now. So my flapjacks are now ready to go into the oven. So you put them on gas mark 4. I'm not sure what that is in centigrade or Fahrenheit because I've got a gas oven. And I just put it in for about 20 minutes.
My mum, Mother Goose, as I call her. So we're just going out for our little walk in this glorious sunshine, because this is the last day that we can take advantage of going for a walk together. Because tomorrow's lockdown, tier 3 means that we can't go for a walk together unless we meet in a public place. Like a park, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just going to go for a little walk before I pick the boys up from school. So yeah, happy days. See you later.
1st of December.
Happy Vlogmas day 2. So I left you yesterday after I'd gone for a walk with my mum. So when I got back, I just did a little bit of housework. So I didn't really take you on that journey. It was quite boring. And then just got the tea and the usual, get the boys ready for bed, etc. So today I'm actually going to be going out for another walk with a friend. But we're going to be meeting in Bradgate Park this time. Obviously, because the rules have changed, we're in tier 3, so you can only meet up to 6 people outside in a public place. So I'm going to be meeting her at Bradgate Park, and we're just going to go and do our little route. So I shall see you shortly.
So I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. I'm going to try and zoom in. There's peacock up there on the wall of the ruins. It's really blurred. But yeah, so we're in Bradgate Park again. This is the Lady Jane Grey ruins in the park, and this is my friend Sally. She's trying to run off. Yeah, so we're just walking through the park again today. It's not as sunny as yesterday, but it's really nice. It's quite busy actually today, but I think it's because we're a bit later. Hi, so I'm back home from my walk with my friend Sally. We've just had a nice 6-mile circuit, so that was really enjoyable. Just basically put the worlds to rights, as you do, and had a quick catch up and a gossip. So now I've got my lunch on the go downstairs. I'm just having the same as I did yesterday. So yes, I'm actually going to be going for my run shortly, just going to do my 4 miles. So I'm going to get that out of the way before the school run. And then I'll come back and just do some dead boring sort of household chores and things. So I won't bore you with that. But I'm hoping tomorrow will slightly be a bit more interesting for you. So if you can see in the background, there's this horrific red wall. It is red, it looks a bit pink there, which is just in the alcove of like our fitted wardrobes. As you can see, none of the doors close either. It's a real nightmare. Everything is in this house is a bodged job, not ours, the previous people that lived here for 40 years. So it's going to be renovated, but that's been put on hold because of COVID. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to paint that wall tomorrow. Now I actually painted my son's bedroom recently, as he had a new bed and it just needed a bit of a freshen up. It was just dead grubby. So I'm just going to show you his bedroom. So this is his little bedroom. He's got the box room at the moment, and eventually he will actually have our loft room when we convert it properly. So yes, he's got the smallest room at the moment, unfortunately, but I recently painted this room white, and I've just left the dado rail the same sort of lilac colour that was already there, because it actually fits in quite well with the curtains, which I also made. I got that fabric from John Lewis. So we ordered a bedspread sort of to match from Amazon, and I'm really pleased with that when it turned up. It's lovely and bright and vibrant, and I love the seaside type of theme. And I made that cushion cover for him as well recently. So I've done that like a sort of free motion machine embroidery, and then on the reverse I've just got this lovely ticking fabric, and I really like that. So I've just got to put some buttons on the back of there to keep that closed, but I just hadn't got time to do that when I was doing his bedroom, so I will get round. So I thought I'd quickly show you what the postman has just delivered, and I ordered some sew-in labels for my handmade garments, as I thought sometimes if I make for others it's nice to actually put in that it's made by me. And I've used my sort of handle So Little Time, which I use for my YouTube channel and my Instagram. And I got these from Woven Labels UK. So I just found them on the internet. And for this little lot, I think it cost me about £14, if I'm right. So you pay extra if you have 2 lines and a sort of little picture. So I've had some done in the past when I was going under a different name, but yes, I really like these. So I think you just cut them to size and then sew them into your garments. Good morning everyone, happy Vlogmas day 3. So I think I might have actually ended the video a little bit abruptly yesterday, so I do apologise about that. I think I was planning to do a little bit more filming in the evening, but I just didn't get round to it in the end. It was a pretty boring evening. All I did was sit down and watch a little bit of TV before I went to bed. I didn't do any sewing or anything. I was just a little bit tired. So today it is really, really wet. So I'm going to be taking the boys down to school in a moment. We're going to be going in the car because I don't fancy walking in this heavy rain that we've got. It's really cold, just wet and miserable today. So I will be spending most of the day at home, although I will be planning to go for my 4-mile run later on today. So I did do that yesterday as well. Found that quite hard actually after doing that 6-mile walk, but yes, I got it done. So I'll be doing that later. Fingers crossed the rain will stop. So I've got a few jobs to do around the house, so I'll just sort of tag you along with me at some point. So I shall catch you a little bit later. So I'm just back from the soggy school run, and before I go upstairs and have some fun with painting that red wall, I'm just making some jelly for my boys because they like to have a pudding after they have their dinner in the evening. So I've just got some pots out and put some frozen berries in the bottom, and I've just made, I think it's a lemon jelly, so it's a bit of a concoction. But yeah, they'll enjoy that. So I'm just dissolving the jelly at the moment, and then I'm going to pop that in those little pots and pop them in the fridge to harden up or set for later. And then I'll take you upstairs and we're going to have a bit of fun painting that red wall. Okay, so it's Operation Get Rid of That Red Wall. So my husband doesn't actually know that I'm doing this, so it's going to be a nice surprise for him when he comes home from work. Do you know what? If it all goes pear-shaped, it doesn't matter. All these walls are going to be replastered eventually because we need a rewire, and actually I wouldn't mind eventually having some nice pretty wallpaper in that section. I think that would be really nice. That's if we end up keeping these wardrobes. I don't know if we actually are. So yes, let's get started then. Well, so far so good. It's going to take quite a few coats, I think, to cover that red, and I'm doing this with absolutely no finesse whatsoever because it's just a small wall, you know. I'm not putting any tape to cover any bits up, just literally because we will eventually be, like I say, replastering, so it's just a temporary measure to cover up that awful red because I am so sick of the sight of it. But yes, I think it looks so much better already, just nice and plain and neutral.
So yeah, it's going to take a few coats, so I'll just continue going and hope you enjoy. Well, so far so good. First coat is on, so I'm going to leave that to dry now. Yeah, and I'm really happy with how it's gone so far. So I'm just going to get a cloth and just wipe off a few of the splodges that splashed on the sides of the wardrobe. So I shall leave it there for now, and then I shall do a second coat a bit later.
Well, look at that. Second coat has been done, and I think that has pretty much covered it really well. I'm really pleased with that. I will do just one more coat, but I think I'll save that for tomorrow, so I'll let this dry properly overnight. So I've actually sat down to do a little bit of sewing, and I'm meeting up with Angela from Devon Threadtails on Zoom. So I've got all my stuff set up. I've got my ring light on, I've got my sewing machine there, and my laptop ready to log on to the Zoom meeting so I can see Angela. So she was having a little bit of a low time last week with her sewing mojo, so I contacted her and suggested that we get together on Zoom to do a bit of a sewing session, because I've not picked up my sewing machine for the past week either, so it's inspired me to get mine out and just do a little bit of sewing. So I'm really looking forward just to having, you know, a little catch up with Angela and just to get on with doing a little bit of sewing. So yes, I'm all set up, ready to go, so I should be logging on in a second. So I shall leave it here for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, happy Vlogmas day 4. So I'm just sat in the car at the moment, about to go into Aldi just to get a few bits to see us through the weekend. I had a lovely sewing session last night with Angela from Devon Threadtails. It was just so lovely to do a little bit of sewing and chat for hours on end. I think we started at about 7:15 and we were still going at 10 to 11 last night. So yeah, it was really lovely to have that time to set aside just to do a bit of selfish sewing and yeah, just to put the worlds to right really. It was really nice. So today my husband is at home. He works a 9-day fortnight, so it's his Friday off, and he's in the garden building a tree house for our children. So he's just been doing it in bits and bobs, just as and when he can pick it up. So yeah, he'll be outside most of the day. So I'll just be at home most of the day today again, I think. I don't really have any set plans. I do intend to go out for a run today though, because I missed yesterday's. Because as I was setting up all my sewing station ready for my Zoom sewing session with Angela yesterday, I dropped the sewing table that I've been using on my foot, and it really hurt to the point that I thought I'd broken it at one point. It was so painful. I rang my husband in tears. Well, actually I was half laughing, half crying because the pain was so bad, and I just had to ring somebody, you know, just to sort of scream down the phone. Yeah, and he was like, well, why on earth were you moving that yourself? But I'd done it before and it was fine. But yeah, so that was really quite painful, and it's quite swollen still today, but it's much better, and I can walk on it and put pressure on it. It's absolutely fine. So I think I'll be fine just going out for a little trot, and I'll just take it easy. So yes, that's all I've got planned at the moment. Probably just do a few bits about the house. But yes, I shall see you in a bit. Right, so I'm back from my run, and I had quite a nice little trot round. I did my 4 miles. My foot wasn't too bad, it didn't hurt too much. It's bruised in an area where it's not actually hurting, which is really quite bizarre. So I'm assuming that the bruising will come out a little bit more as time goes on. So I might even treat you to a little peek of that at some point, we'll see. Yes, so now I'm just going to quickly hoover. I've just cut my own hair after I've got out of the shower. And I'm going to then make some lunch because my husband is still out in the garden. It's absolutely pouring down with rain now. So he's just been a right trooper and carrying on with building the tree house, bless him. So the wall, yes, the wall. So I haven't actually had to put another coat on it. I think it's absolutely fine as it is. That photo is actually when I ran my first half marathon. So yeah, just showing off my medal at the finish line there. And there's a picture of me when I was first pregnant with Harry. Yeah, so I don't need to put another coat on it. It's absolutely fine. Now, when my husband came home last night, he obviously had no idea. And when he came down after seeing it, he said, oh, I actually quite like that red wall. I said, you're joking? Really? I said, oh, it's horrible. I'm glad it's gone. So he was absolutely fine about it, but he just said that he thought the red added a bit of warmth to the room. But hey ho, I've done it now, so I like it better how it is. So I'm going to show you what I'm wearing. I think this is the first time that I've been able to show you an actual me made that I've been wearing this week. I've been just in my running gear all week, really. So this is the Southbank sweater dress, and this is a sweatshirt in fabric that I got from Crafty Sew So quite a while ago now. I've made the dress version, the only difference is that this collar is actually from the Sew House 7 toaster sweater, so I just put a larger collar on it. I also found the fabric was just a little bit grey for my skin tone, so I've added these stars onto it just to break it up a little bit, and I used Happy Fabric, I think it is, and got the stars from there, and then I just ironed them on. I don't have a cry cut machine or Cricut machine at all, so that just worked fine. And this one is a little bit short, so I've actually got it on with some jeggings. I don't know if you can see that. And when I make it now, I always add about 2 inches onto the length, just so it sits just above my knee, and that looks better with tights. And I always wear a slip underneath, just so it doesn't stick to my tights. So that's a little tip there. If you find that you're wearing a sweater dress and it just reeves up as you're walking, put a slip on underneath it and be absolutely fine. So I'm going to quickly get this hoovered up, and then I'm going to go downstairs and make some lunch for me and my husband, and then it won't be long until I have to go on the school run. So this is our garden. I'm just looking out of the window from the twins' bedroom, and if you can see right down the bottom, there's a little pirate ship, and that used to be in front of the swings. So we've moved it up the top of the garden, and now my husband is building a little tree house. It's not actually in a tree, it's just like, you know, a wooden Wendy house, I suppose, on stilts. But he's trying to make it so it looks as though the pirate ship has sort of docked up to the little house. Yeah, and it's absolutely pouring, as you can see out there. He is out there. I don't know if you can see him. I might be able to zoom in. Try and zoom in. Yeah, I can see his legs. Oh, so I better get him some lunch and a cup of tea and maybe a slice of cake or something. That bird aviary that you can see there, we don't keep birds in that. That was what the previous owners had. So we've just got a little sand pit in there that the boys use in the summer. Our garden is looking just very bare at the minute, because in the summer it's absolutely beautiful. It's got so many flowers in it, but now we've lost all the leaves and all the flowers, so it's all just a bit green and bare. But we're really lucky, it's a really long garden, which is why we bought the house. Right, so we've all just had our tea and everybody's quite tired, I have to say. I've already got one twin in bed. So James was really, really tired when he came home from school today. So he's actually missed out on his dinner and gone straight to bed, bless him. I think he's still got his school uniform on as well. I did try and wake him up for dinner, but he wasn't interested at all. So yes, we're all a bit tired. I think I'm going to call it a day here. This evening with my husband, I think we'll just have a couple of games. We do enjoy a board game on an evening. And I've got some really good recommendations if anybody's interested. So I'll perhaps show you what we've been playing in a later vlog this week. So it's obviously coming up to the weekend. I'm not 100% sure how much I'll be able to film over the weekend, having all the family at home. But I'll just do bits and bobs here if I can. If not, I'll restart again on Monday, which is when my weekly vlog will be uploaded anyway. So take care everyone, have a good weekend, and I shall see you soon. Happy Vlogmas day 5. Oh dear. Yes, we're just off on a run, and I'm taking the boys with me, and they're coming on their scooters, so they're going to be keeping me company. So yes, looking forward to that. Bit of brisk, bit in the sunshine. It's a nice sunny morning, so yeah, we'll see you in a bit. So we've just come to the library. We've got back from our run, and we're going to go and exchange our books that we've held ransom for quite a long time. It's nice to see the people playing football on the field again. So we're off inside to go and get some new books. Well, we had a successful time at the library, managed to get some new books to see us over for the next few weeks. Yeah, so we got back, we just had a bit of lunch, and then my husband watched the rugby and my boys played some games and things. Yes, and then the postman came and delivered me a massive parcel. Look at this, ta-da, from Felicity Fabrics. Now, I bought some items in the Black Friday sale, and they've also included some fabric in there for my next blog post as well. So I'm going to open it up and share it with you. And then I'm going to be getting the boys ready for bed. So I'll quickly just open this up while I've just got 5 minutes whilst they're playing and my husband's watching a bit of TV. So as usual inside, I've got a lovely little card from them. and it also includes all the swatches. So the card says, "Hey Karen, hope you are well. Thank you so much for your order. We can't wait to see your makes. Enjoy making your Georgie dress." So I'm going to be making the Sew Over It Georgie dress with my fabric, which they've given me for the blog. As I've been meaning to make that dress for a while now, so I just found some beautiful fabric on their website. So I'll just give you a sneak peek of the fabrics that they've sent on the swatches. So there's one lovely gingham fabric, and that's a cotton. This is a jersey fabric, which is a crew splatter. And then this one is for my blog post. So this is navy vintage flowers. And then this one is the crew vintage flowers. So the same fabric, and that's a jersey fabric. All those three are jersey fabrics. And then that is the cotton, 100% cotton. So that's a woven. So I should just open the package up. So the package for my blog. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. I think it's got a very dark navy background with these gorgeous flowers all over it. Absolutely beautiful. I think that is going to make a super Sew Over It Georgie dress. I've got the pattern cut out ready to go, so I just need to get on with making that. And as usual, they're all packaged up individually. Oh, there's some other fabrics in here which I forgot about as well, actually. So if you watched one of my previous vlogs, you would have heard me say I was on a fabric buying ban. Well, that didn't last 5 minutes, to be honest, but I will stop now for the rest of this year. So this is the Ecru Splatter, a lovely jersey. Absolutely love that, and that's just going to be made into a top. So maybe the Tilling the Buttons Agnes or something, I'm not sure yet. Next up is the Ecru Vintage Flowers, and I think, again, I only bought about 1 metre of that as well for a top. Lovely, such lovely quality. And then this is the gingham. It's like Christmas come early. So this is the gingham. It's a lovely sort of Bordeaux red colour. Absolutely love that. I can't remember how much I bought of that now. I don't know if I bought 1.5 metres or 2 metres, but that will be for a dress. And then this one I forgot that I bought, which was actually off their remnants section of the website. I can't remember what this was called now. There's a specific name for it, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's got a very slight sort of texture to it. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. It's actually a lot nicer in person than it is compared to what I saw on the website, bizarrely, and the print is a bit smaller than I thought, which I'm actually quite pleased about. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to be making a Tilling the Buttons Stevie dress with this, ready for next year. Sorry, I got disturbed there by the boys. Yes, so that's all my lovely fabrics from Felicity Fabrics. Absolutely beautiful. Can't wait to get sewing with those. So I've got so many projects that I need to get done. But yes, I'll get them done as and when I can. So that's it really for today. Again, I'm just going to have a chilled out evening with my husband, play perhaps a game or two, and then just see what's on the telly. I think Strictly's on tonight, but also as well Andrea from Beyond the Pink Door, she is having her live session tonight on YouTube. It's usually on a Sunday night at 7 p.m, but she's having it tonight instead. I can't remember what the reason was now, but yes, I'll be tuning into that, no doubt. A productive afternoon as well. I made a cake, so that's ready for next week. So my husband likes to take a slice of cake to work every day, so we just ran out, so I got another one baked. The run was fairly successful with my boys. It started off okay, and then they started to lose energy at the end, and there's always one can guarantee that decides that they don't want to do it anymore and then just stand there and don't want to move. So we had that situation going on, so I cut it short by a mile, so I only did 3 miles today, but still it was really nice to get out in the fresh air this morning and get some running in, and my foot's been absolutely fine again, so the bruising's coming out now. Yeah, but it feels absolutely fine, and I'm not wearing a Me Made dress today. This is actually a charity shop one, but I have been wearing my shrug or snug that I made with it. So I'll just show you this on actually, so you can see. You might not have seen this on a previous vlog, but I made it out of a book that I've got, which I think is called Simply Sewn by Michiyo. I'll link it in the description below for you, but it's quite nice. It just sort of hugs you like a blanket, and it is actually a blanket which I bought from IKEA quite a while ago, so yeah, it does hug you and keep you nice and warm. Yeah, we've been sat in front of the fire this evening just whilst we had our dinner, and we've been watching an animated film of some description. for the boys, as they were just getting a little bit tired, so you know, just needed something to keep them occupied for a little bit. Anyway, so that's all for today. I shall end it here for day 5. Are we on day 5?